इतना सा फर्क है कुछ होने में और बहुत कुछ होने में। इतना सा फर्क है एक बार सोच के छोड़ देने में और लग के कर दिखाने में। मान लेने में कि जिंदगी ऐसे ही कटेगी और सुबह 4 बजे उठ के सोचने में कि अभी तो बस शुरुआत है। किसी मैगजीन को हाथ में लेने में और उसी मैगजीन के कवर पेज पे होने में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वीआईपी सीट में और उसकी पिछली सीट में इतना सा ही तो फर्क है। वो जिसका मैदान ही खुला आसमान है वही कल जमीन पर तो था। पूछोगे तो बताएगा वो पंछी कि एक दायरे में सिमटने में और पूरी दुनिया को दायरा बनाने में बस इतना सा फर्क है। इतना कितना है? इतना है या इतना है? जो नापेगा वो जाने कि जहां धरती और आसमान मिलते हैं, नानकुर से दूर, अगर मगर शायद से दूर, वहां भी दोनों में फर्क बस इतना सा है। धरती और 7वें आसमान में फर्क बस इतना सा है। ये एक अंतर प्रेरणा है। ये हमारी, आपकी, हम सब की अंतर प्रेरणा है। एक कदम, एक छलांग, एक बाजी, एक गहरी सांस और एक ललकार खुली हवाओं में कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन फिजाओं के लिए, कि हाँ मैं बना हूं उन ऊंचाइयों के लिए जो ऊंची तो बहुत हैं पर नामुमकिन भी नहीं, क्योंकि मुमकिन और नामुमकिन में बस इतना सा फर्क। धूप छांव में फर्क बस इतना सा। तो बस चलिए फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया के साथ ये फर्क मिटा देते हैं। फ्रेंचाइज इंडिया।
Hello and good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining this weekly webinar called Business Opportunity with Master Franchise. Business Opportunity with Master Franchise is a webinar series presented by the management of Franchise India every Friday at 3 o'clock in the afternoon with an aim to introduce you to a new business opportunity. Every Friday, we bring an exciting and high potential franchise business opportunities from across the industry. Over the past 27 years, Franchise India has proudly helped thousands of investors finding the right franchise opportunity and successfully start their entrepreneurial journey. Franchise India, as world's largest integrated franchise solution company, our role is to make sure your investment is safe and you take an informed decision, and your journey from investor to entrepreneur is smooth and successful. In today's webinar, we will introduce world's one of the top dry cleaning and textile care brand called 5'a. 5'a is world #1 dry cleaning and textile care company known for more than 55 years of global leadership and high quality fabric care services. Founded in 1967-68 in France, the brand has grown into the largest international textile care network, operating across 33 countries and 5 continents, with a worldwide footprints of over 1,900 stores. Every day, 5 serves more than 1 lakh customers and process almost like 3 lakh garments, demonstrating the unmatched scale, efficiency, and the trust. And today we will talk more about this brand. I'm joined with Ms. Sonia Chaudhary. She is the managing director, Franchise India Group, along with my colleague Yashvi Guprani. She is the strategy consultant, and Roof Ahmed Ghani. He is the associate general manager, franchise expansion, Pan India. But before I request Sonia ma'am to take the lead and start talking more about the brand and the business opportunity, I would like to inform all the viewers that you also have opportunity to ask questions related to the brand and the business. My request is to please keep on posting your queries into the Q&A box. To make this session more interactive, we will take them up while doing the presentation and post the presentation. So let's get started. Ma'am, over to you.
Thank you so much, Bharat, and friends, a very good afternoon to all of you. I'll request all of you, if you have any questions, please feel free to put your questions in the Q&A box. We'll be happy to answer. At the same time, I'm also keen to know if anybody has any experience in the overall laundry or dry cleaning space. And that should be something which, would be helpful for me to understand the profile of partners or prospective partners that we would join hands with. So just to also, give an introduction of Roof. So Roof is he's the country head for 5'a, and he's heading the entire franchise expansion for the brand. And a little bit on Franchise India, friends. So we are a company which has been in the industry for the last 28 years. We work with entrepreneurs like you, where we work with you to help you take a decision of starting a business. We equip you with a lot of information, diagnostic, analysis, which can help you take a confident decision of starting a business. So that is one business that we have been in the last 28 years. At the same time, because we sense a lot of trends in the markets, we sense the industries which are in demand and the opportunity that we see in the market. So as a company, we have also taken, I would say, an extra step where we have gone proactively to also take the master franchise rights of many international brands. And 5'a is a very special opportunity because Franchise India owns the master rights of 5'a in India and completely responsible not only for appointment of partners, but also supporting and working with our partners for penetration across different markets in the country. So we'll start with a small introduction on the brand, and we'll be happy to take any questions that you want to put. So I'll request Bharat if we can have the presentation on the screen.
Yes, we can do that.
Friends, I'll start with the 5'a. I don't know how many of you have heard about the brand. If you have, please go ahead and write it. If you've seen any locations anywhere in the world, you can also put that. So 5'a is world's #1 dry cleaning chain. It is a company which started about more than half a century back. And this is a very strong French heritage brand, which has a proven global business model. And the brand represents excellence in dry cleaning, fabric care, and also innovation when it comes to textile. And the brand has a very long-standing expertise, which is combined with a widespread international presence. And it gives our franchise partners the confidence, I would say, of partnering with global #1 brand. Successful business model, which I would say has stood the test of time over many, many years, 55 years, and repeated success in more than 33 countries across the world. And these are very diverse markets, right? So it is not a brand which has just been there, operated in their home market, but they have also gone in different markets, diverse markets, and have successfully operated in these diverse cultures and diverse markets. So 5'a, I would say, has shaped the overall industry or the global dry cleaning industry through technology-led solutions, which is, I would say, the most important value proposition which 5'a is offering, and a professional expertise. It is backed by a very solid international network, very consistent when it comes to service excellence. And it has become the preferred choice today of millions of customers worldwide who are looking for reliable, fast, and most importantly, I would say, high quality garment care. So when we look at opportunity in India and the overall addressable market when it comes to India, especially for a premium textile care brand, it spans multiple dimensions from pure dry cleaning category services, which currently in India is about 1.5 billion market size, to a broader laundry and a textile care market, which is almost tens of billions, the current size. And then is the fast growing organized segment, which is about 4 billion, which is a very big market size. And an opportunity and a brand like 5'a is positioned well to target the organized and the premium space, which is above the informal and unbranded players, which are present in different markets across India, and which I feel is a very wide space for a category like us. Now, as many local players are today operating in markets, consumers are today looking, or I would say consumers are looking at aspiring. Consumers are looking at reliability, they're looking at convenience, they're looking at quality services. And the overall service market today is being driven by working professionals. We have families who are outsourcing their laundries, and also big growth in hospitality, e-commerce segments, which also forms our B2B and B2C service, right? So overall, our business of 5'a caters both to B2C, which is your working professional families who are outsourcing laundries, and also B2B, which is institutions, hospitals, hospitality industry, e-commerce segments, which also would become a very big business for 5'a, which we'll explain you in the subsequent slides. Next slide, please. Sure. So as a brand, I would say we have the first mover advantage in many cities in India, and this is something which can help us, unlock the loyalty towards the brand. If you look at the current trend in India, not just in laundry or dry cleaning, but overall in the service sector and also on the product side, there's a big trend of premiumization, and service expansion is a big opportunity in a market like India. And where we have many exciting players, I would say, who today focus on basic services and dry cleaning. 5SEC today is leveraging the entire full service portfolio, which includes our repairs, alterations, and very premium, I would say, fabric, including leather, suede care, furnishing, and carpets. And also very specialized services, which includes restoration of fabric, stain removal, and also whitening services. All that is done through our outlets of 5SEC. Now, this is a company, which I would say is the most recognized brand in the category in France, but also the most awarded. It holds the distinction of being voted as the best dry clean brand for nearly 8 consecutive years. And it is also an achievement that reflects the reputation of the company, the efficiency, the quality, and the consumer-centric services on which 5SX stands very, very tall. Next slide, please. So I'll talk a little bit on the services also. Now, the brand has a leadership which I would say extends beyond France, which has a powerful international network which spans across 5 continents, 33 countries. And they currently have about 2,000 stores which are running. And the average customer, or I would say the average stores of 5SEC, they do globally an average of 1.5 crores. That is the average revenue the stores do, and this is across different markets. The company has a very profitable business model, offers very financially attractive opportunity, which I would say is rooted in the strong foundation of how the business model has been created. Franchisees benefit from the SOPs, technology-driven productivity, and we'll talk about it, the entire systems, which the proprietary technology which 5SEC has. And the model also ensures we have a fast turnaround time, fewer manpower requirements, and most importantly, I would say zero stock management. And this helps 5SEC keep our cost predictable and also our operations very, very simple. And we have a very broad and a high margin service portfolio, which I talked about, from delicate fabric care to carpet, furnishing, alterations, repair, all that is done. And there is a big focus when it comes to the overall innovation, which I would say is central to 5SX success for the last 55 years. Every store is designed with modern, inviting aesthetics and user-friendly layouts that is focused to elevate the overall experience of the customer. And the brand's technology approach, which combines their traditional dry cleaning services, which includes aqua cleaning, and also ensures fabric care, which is superior, remaining most importantly environmental responsible. So its service portfolio extends far beyond basic cleaning and includes all the services, including anti-mite, anti-moth, whitening, stain removal. And also we do specialized care for shoes and our other bags, which are expensive bags, are luxury bags and luxury shoes. So these services are also extended by 5SEC. So the diverse offering actually boosts the overall revenue potential and loyalty of the customer, which is the repeat customer at 5SEC. Next slide, please. So a little bit on the technology. As far as our business is concerned, the digital tools which are used by 5SEC, these are tools which are proprietary of 5SEC, and we call that the 5net ecosystem of 5SEC. So 5net ecosystem is in fact the entire suite of all the digital tools which are developed to enhance operational efficiency, which makes for a franchisee easy to run and operate the system. And for a customer, engagement is something which is seamless, and it is a proprietary digital ecosystem which is designed to help franchisees manage, monitor performance, and improve overall experience of our customers. So we start with the peer software, which is tailored specifically for our textile care operations, which helps us to manage billing, service selection, garments tagging, order tracking, and also the entire customer database that 5SEC has at each individual store. It's a practical customer app that we have, which enables a lot of promotions, which can be given to our customers. So any promotions that we're doing around the festival in any seasons. So through this application, which is customer centric, we can enable these promotions, including even booking for a customer, which can be done through the app. And also a client of 5'a can also receive very real time all the service app updates, so at which means the entire tracking from the time the customer gives his article to the company till the time it is given back to him, he can track the entire update on the application. We also have a very strong CRM campaigns which are used for targeting for our SMS, local marketing, email notifications to our customers, which help us to repeat or bring in, our clientele, our repeat sales and customer retention. And then we have a 5net Flash, which provides real-time performance indicator to our partners, which includes a live performance dashboard, including the number of orders which has been placed, the revenue which has been generated, the overall machine load, the productivity of the staff, and also gives us visibility on the daily trends, which means what is my trend looking like on a weekday, on a weekend, product wise, day wise, season wise. So all that is tracked on our 5net Flash. And then we have a 5net monitoring system, which is a very detailed analytical tool for our franchisees, where they can see weekly, monthly reports on the overall sales performance, customer behavior, efficiency of the store, how efficiently our equipment at the store is also utilized. So all that is integrated in our entire application. Next slide, please. So I'll explain while we have done very detailed financial on 5'a, but let me explain overall what is the model that we have launched in the Indian market. So setting up 5'a store requires a very structured process. Typically, my investment includes my machinery, which is the core investment that we do, which is my equipment for cleaning, finishing, and fabric treatment. It includes my furniture and signage. It includes my entire IT system, which is the proprietary POS solutions, which is used by 5'a globally in 33 countries. And then there's a franchise fee. So largely, these are the 4 areas under which the investment would go. But what we have done for India, now the model for 5'a is a hub and spoke model. So hub, we have in India, we have split our entire market into different opportunity segments. So where we have a place like Delhi, where we have split that into, say, 6 territories. We have Bombay that we have split into, I think, 5 territories. So top markets in India, while we feel the opportunity is wide, but since 5'a is starting their expansion, we want to start with the top cities in India, including Delhi, Bombay, Hyderabad, Chennai, Bangalore, Ahmedabad, Tri-City, which is Chandigarh, and the other neighboring cities. So our top priority to start is these 10 cities. And we have created a business model, which is a hub model and a spoke model, where hub is a very big facility where the partner would put a facility which is close to about 1,500 square feet of space, which has a larger equipment that would go in. And hub is a facility which will also take a very big load of B2B business, because these are large institutional business which comes from corporates, it comes from hotels or hospitality businesses, which can directly be handled by the hub. So what I'm trying to say is a hub can independently take care of the business, and the working or the utilization of the hub is not dependent on the business of the spoke. So these two can work independently, while the hub also supports the spoke, which are subunits that will come in that particular clusters. Now we need partners who can take a hub, invest in a facility which is about 1,500 square feet of space, and depending on the opportunity in a specific market, will also be responsible for doing subunits or smaller spokes under them that can reach out to target neighborhoods in that particular market. So the partners who can manage larger hub facilities and also units under them. And as a hub partner, you also get exclusivity, 3 major services that you get, including dry cleaning, laundry, and also fabric care. And on the cluster side, depending on the opportunity, what we have done is we have divided our clusters in India on basis of the opportunity and the potential that we see in these markets, and which is A, B, C, D is the city gradation, which is based on, like I said, potential and the opportunity. So a hub can typically cater to a 20 to 25 kilometers of radius with exclusivity from the service point of view, which means a 20-25 kilometer radius can be serviced by a hub. Typically, the clusters that we have created, like I said, a cluster A, cluster B, cluster C, and cluster D. Cluster A typically would have about 10 to 12 spokes that can come under him because the opportunity density is comparatively higher in these clusters. And then we have cluster B, where we have hub plus our spokes, which is subunits that can come under a B category, which can be anything from, I would say, 8 minimum cluster under them to about 10. So 8 to 10 can come under B category. And our C city market would have 5 to 8 spokes under them. And then we have D segment, which would have 3 to 4 spokes under them. Now, our fee is also proportionate to the opportunity. We don't have a standard fee for all the territories, depending on the opportunity, depending on the potential of how many clusters we can make in under a certain hub. Our fee, for example, for a cluster is 40 lakhs. So this is the fee under which the partner would open both a hub, which is the bigger facility, with the investment of that facility, including the entire investment of equipment, would be close to about 1 odd crores. And then we have these clusters that come under him. So A cluster territory fee is 40 lakhs. We have B cluster fee, which can cater to 8 to 10 clusters under them. The fee for B cluster is 35 lakhs. And then we have cluster C, where our territory fee is 30 lakhs. And then comes cluster D, where our territory fee is 25 lakhs. Now, like I said, the overall business model for area franchisee. So when I say hub and spoke model, this is typically in a very familiar language. This is a area franchise model and a unit franchisee under them. And a big potential for both B2B and B2C. So B2B largely would be driven by the hub, which includes our hotels, premium hotels, hospital, a lot of uniform business, which is a repeat business that comes from the B2B. And also a B2C model, which includes our retail clients, families, neighborhoods that can cater to our B2C business. Now, if you have any questions, friends, keep asking. I'll be happy to answer that. Now, what is the kind of profile of people that we need is very, very important. Typically, for a hub, we need somebody who comes with a mindset of building a region, which means he would put up a hub, but he would also be responsible for developing region, including the units coming under him and overall business. And somebody who has some form of experience of running any service business in the past. So if you have that kind of mindset or some kind of experience which is relevant to what we are looking for, we'll be happy to discuss with you. Now, when it comes to one important thing which I want to say, when it comes to smaller clusters, and especially when I talk about somebody who wants to own a hub and also a smaller cluster under him, especially if these clusters fall in, say, gradation of C and gradation of D, we would rather recommend that our area franchise partner directly opens the units under him, which brings him more profitability, and also all direct revenue comes to him, even from the spokes or the units that come under him. Now, as a hub, you have the following sources of income. Any subunits, sub-franchisees that would come under you, you have a share of royalties, which is recurring royalty every single month. These subunits will pay you royalty every single month. So our partners who would own the area franchise rights would have a monthly royalty that would be collected from the subunits, depending on the A, B, C, D category number of units that can come under the cluster. So monthly royalty would come to our partners for the entire duration of our contract with the units under them. And the second fee is the franchise fees. So we have a franchise fees which is received by us, which is 5 lakhs franchise fees, which comes from every single unit that is under our hub. And a percentage of that goes to our partner. So 50% of the entire franchise fees collected from the units and 50% of the royalty that we collect from the subunits will go to our partner as his source of recurring income. So franchise would be a one-time fee which comes from our subunits, and royalty is a recurring fee which is given every single month. So these are the two larger fees that would come to our partner. And he would also have some share of overriding margins in the overall supply chain. So this is overall, friends, our opportunity is. Now, it is also very important to understand the differentiator which 5 is bringing to the market. When we look at overall market opportunity, Typically, there are the local laundromat chains or also other companies which are strongly operating, but these businesses and these outlets are running on a very low capacity stores. Like we also own a brand called Uclean, which is a very big investment that we did about 9 years back. But these are very small laundromat chains which can cater to very low capacity stores, unlike a 5 even a smaller unit. For example, when I open these pickup points or sub units under a hub, even if the capacity of the store is less, they can still pick up these orders, and these orders can go to the hub to get service. So we are bringing in bigger capacity. Bigger capacity means that I can take a bigger chunk of business, both B2B and B2C. Second, what is missing in the market is today when you go to a laundry shop, typically these shops will treat all your fabrics alike. So irrespective of the quality of the fabric and the material of these fabrics, and also the color of the fabric, they don't treat that differently. They treat all fabrics and colors alike. 5 treats all the fabrics very differently, and all colors are treated very, very differently, because the company has a very strong focus, which is the fabric expertise that it brings in. So a little bit on the investment, maybe quickly I can, so for a unit, we would need a 250 square feet of space. We don't need a very high rental space. I need to be in the right neighborhood, which can have a good neighborhood and good housing around. Typically, if I have apartments and a good dense neighborhood, that is the kind of I would say neighborhood I would need, but I don't have to be in the retail space. So I need to be in the right neighborhood, but I don't have to be in the prime space. 250 square feet of space is all we need, which would have the stacker for dry cleaning and also washing and drying our clothes. And the entire setup cost would be approximately 30 odd lakhs, which also includes our franchise fees, our cost of interiors, our cost of branding, and also the cost of equipment at the store level. So friends, if you have any questions, you can ask. I'll be happy to answer. We have done a lot of detailed working in terms of our working, the opportunity that we see in different markets. The typical load, for example, in a hub facility, which is 1,500 square feet. In a full facility of hub, we have capacity of churning at least 1,000 garments per day at the initial level. And at a mature level, a hub can churn about 3,000 garments every single day. So starting from a 1,000 per day churn to a 3,000 K churn, which is 3,000 garments every single day, a hub can cater to. And a spoke or unit will have a washing, drying, stacker. On an average, the unit can do approximately 150 to 300 garments every single day. Right? So this is how we have, worked upon our numbers and the opportunity. We'll be happy to discuss this on a one-to-one basis. Now, on the clusters, can we make it a little bigger? So a little bit on the investment, I'll quickly take you through. So my investment on a typical unit includes our franchise fees, which is a one-time fee for the entire duration of the contract. So my contract for a unit franchisee would be a 5-year-old contract, which is renewal after 5 years. The overall investment for a hub is approximately 1.5 crore. If you look at the one-time franchise fees, depending on the cluster, which is A, B, C, and D, depending on the cluster and the opportunity, my franchise fees would vary from 25 lakhs to 40 lakhs. And then we have the cost of machine, because these are heavy machines which are used, which includes our dryers, our conveyors. It includes our tables for ironing, and also the dry cleaning machine at the hub level. And the cost of machine for hub would be close to 75 odd lakhs. And then we have fixtures and furniture that will cost us another 5 odd lakhs. So the larger investment for a hub is largely the machine cost and the territory fee for a partner. So, and then we've also kept a provision of 12 odd lakhs. This is for a period of 6 odd months, which includes the salaries. It includes all the consumables that you would use at the outlet. So we've also taken that into consideration, and including the deposit amount that we'll give towards the property. Can we go down? So these are some examples of the clusters, like I said. So pan India, we're looking at a lot of markets, but these would be immediate markets for us to get in, starting from maybe a city like Bombay. We are looking at 7 clusters in Bombay. Bangalore, we're looking at 4 clusters. Hyderabad, we're looking at 3 clusters. Chennai, we're looking at 3 again. Delhi NCR, we're looking at 5. And Ahmedabad, we're looking at 2 clusters, and Tri-City is 3 clusters. So which means a city like Bombay can have 7 partners who will have the opportunity of working in the territory, because these are very dense market, and to service by a single partner, becomes very, very difficult. Now, having said that, if we feel there is somebody who comes with that capacity of operating the entire city, but not as large as Bombay, we'll be happy to discuss them, one to one. So we can even do a possibility where a partner can take maybe a combination of 2 or 3 clusters. So if, for example, if I have Bombay, where our 7 clusters have been created, if somebody I feel can cater to about 3 or 4 clusters, we'll be happy to discuss that. Now, to give an example of a cluster like Delhi, so maybe cluster 1 in Delhi NCR would include, markets like Noida and Ghaziabad, which includes my entire Greater Noida market, Noida Extension, Ghaziabad, Indirapuram, Vaishali. So these are locations we'll include as cluster 1. And cluster 2 could be East in Delhi and North Delhi combined together, which includes Model Town, Ashok Vihar, Preet Vihar, Vivek Vihar, Anand Vihar. These are locations, Dilshad Garden. All that would become part of our East and North Delhi. And then we have cluster 3, which includes South Delhi, entire South Delhi. And South Delhi we have combined with Faridabad. Right? So Faridabad and South Delhi, which includes Saket, Vasant Kunj, GK, Malvi Nagar, Vasant Vihar, these all become one cluster combined with Faridabad. And then we have a cluster which includes Gurgaon, which is a cluster 4, which includes the entire Gurgaon. It also includes Greater Gurgaon, which is DLF Phase 4, Sona Road, even the southern peripheral road is included in a Gurgaon cluster. And then we have in Delhi, one cluster which I missed is Central Delhi, and West Delhi becomes another cluster. So we have created this cluster based on how the hub can manage within a certain radius, and it is more viable when it comes to logistics and service point of view. Similarly, Bombay, we have created South Bombay and Central Bombay as one cluster. We have created western suburbs like Bandra, Andheri as another cluster. We have created a Thane as another cluster. We have created Navi Mumbai, Vashi as another cluster. And then we have eastern suburbs that we have created as our 6th cluster. But if somebody wants to combine 2 or 3 clusters together, we'll be happy to discuss with you one to one. Is there anything further, Roof, under... We can't hear you, Roof.
No, ma'am. That's all.
I think that's all. Also,
Friends, will be happy to discuss with you one to one. And I'll also request, we share, Roof can share his details with you. And I have a question from Mr. Anand. Anandji, yes, 5SEC was there in India a long time back, and Franchise India at that point in time was working with 5SEC partner in India. Very, very successful, but larger penetration of the brand was in Bombay. But unfortunately, the partnership between then partner and the parent company did not go long because of some issues that was related to the royalties. Having said that, I would also add that the brand always was very, very powerful. And even today, the outlets, not by the name of 5SEC, they're still being run by that partner with the changed identity. So I don't know if you've seen that somewhere in Bombay. We were running the brand. And I have another question. With strong local players offering competitive pricing and home pickup, what unique operational technological advantage does 5SEC offer that can be justified by premium pricing to ensure long-term customer loyalty? So Balaji, just to add here, while 5SEC is positioned as a very premium brand, global success, there is no company, I would say, whether these are Indian companies, including Anandji, I think I see you commenting on a brand like Tumble Dry. So in India, Franchise India also owns a brand called Uclean. We invested in this company about 9 years back. And this company operates in 700 odd locations across India and 10 countries globally. So you're operating this, but differentiator that we bring is the premiumness, the way they treat the fabrics, which is very, very unique. Most of the laundry chains, they don't treat the fabrics very differently. While it is positioned a little different, but my pricing is not very expensive. I don't come to the market and say that I am very overpriced. We understand the pricing structure in India. So we have a very competitive pricing. The only differentiator that we bring is the overall service experience to my clients, and not the pricing, right? So it is not the pricing differentiator. It is the experience, the way we take care of fabric. And there is no chain, not only in India, but globally, there is no chain which is larger and number one can claim in this segment across the globe, which comes with a legacy of 55 years. And it is not just one market, two markets, or 10 markets, but they have, proved their mettle across 33 markets across the world, and for as long as 55 years, right? So they come with a very, very solid foundation. Right. So Ananjeet, like I said, 5 has no competition to tumble dry. And like I said, we have a brand called uClean, which is a laundry brand. 5 is not a laundry brand. It is a full service and a full stack model with a very big capacity. And there is no company in India which is providing the facilities of a hub like 5 is doing. So our preference largely is looking at partner who takes and opens up, invest in a hub, which has large capacities, larger machines, which can hold large volumes of business, which comes from institutions, corporates that we would tie up with. And also it would carry the load of some of the business which a subunit would collect. So a unit in the market can, because a lot of services cannot be rendered at the unit level, while my partner at the unit level under you can collect services, products, it can go to the hub, right? So for example, fabric restoration, some of these services cannot be done at the unit level, but my hub can support these services, which many other companies which you have named don't provide. Even our brand, uClean, has a lot of these services which I talked about. We don't provide those services at the unit level. Another thing which I want to also mention, because 5SEC Franchise India is the master franchisee of the brand, we will also work very, very closely with our partners who take the hub. We'll be working jointly with our area partners, or I would say hub partners, to also develop their territories, which means appointing of sub partners under you, sub units under you, would be a joint responsibility between our area partner and Franchise India, because we do a lot of marketing every single month. I have about 15 events which I conduct every single month. If any outside client comes to my show, they have to pay money to represent them. But because we have 5SEC as our investment, as a master franchise in a brand that we own, all these investments in monthly marketing, lead generation would be done by us. And every region where we have a bigger hub and a bigger partner would come, I will also have a regional team that would work in helping them penetrate that market. So wonderful. So Prabhuji, I see you have raised your hand. If you have any question, I'll request you can put that in the Q&A box. I'll be happy to answer any question. If there's anything specific.
One more question is from Anand about royalty.
So what is the question?
What is the total royalty?
So friends, I'll also add, we have worked on very detailed financials for the brand. We'll request if we can do a one-to-one call with anyone who wants to get more information on the business model. And I think Roof has already shared his
Yes,
details.
I have put my number in chat box.
Yeah.
Right. So in case if anyone would like to get in touch with us to have more detailed discussion about this opportunity, I think you can get in touch with Roof. Roof has already shared his number in the chat box. You can connect on that number. Maybe like right after this webinar, we will connect and can have more detail.
And I'll also request, we'll be happy to send you the deck that we have just shown you. And we have the financials that we have worked for both Hub and also the Spoke. So we'll be happy to run you through, but equally we are interested to understand, profile of partners who have joined in, for which I'll request if we need to go further, do reach out to us. We're happy to come to, for a joint meeting or on a Zoom call we feel there's a meeting of minds and somebody who fits in the role of a hub partner or unit partner as per the the vision and the values of 5SEC. So on the royalty,
Then-
we have a fixed royalty structure of 15,000 for the unit. I think that was the question which I saw. What is the royalty? So Ananji, this is a 15,000 fixed structure that we have for royalties from all the units.
And then there
Thank
is
you so
another
much.
question from Prabhu Nagarajan. He's asking like how you will support exclusively for institutional laundry in the
How
chat
you will
box.
support? I don't see that question. Where has that come?
It is in chat box.
Okay, friends, I'll request if you can just use the Q&A box because we have both Q&A and chat where I see a lot of questions have. So, Prabhuji, how will you support exclusively the laundry? So, exclusively, only we'll work with our hub partners. So, largely these are local institution corporates that typically a hub needs to partner with, where my local teams will also work with you to have these tie-ups done. Only a hub will get exclusivity. If somebody is looking at unit outlet, there's no exclusivity to the unit, and every market is defined by the minimum opportunity that we see in these markets. But when it comes to the hub and spoke model, our partner in that hub gets 100% exclusivity on the entire business that comes from that location, including even the inquiries of sub-franchisees for you in that particular region. Prabhuji, I think your question is inside the college premises. No, that's not my target audience. I'm not a very commoditized service brand. So that is not the place that we would like to be in. There are a lot of local companies today which can supply and work with college and universities. So 5SEC is not positioned to be putting their units inside college. So that's not the kind of positioning and place that we would like to be in. Hmm. So Prabhuji, I'll request you because you say you want to speak and discuss. We have left our number. I'll request if we can set up a call anytime today or tomorrow. I'll be happy to come on a call with you. And if you can also tell me what city, sir, are you from? I don't see your city, but we've shared the details. We definitely would like to speak to you one-to-one. All right, Suruf, let's take and set up a call.
Sure, ma'am.
I think Anand, a lot of questions on the machines. Yes, we have contracted vendors in India. All my vendors, whether these are equipment vendors or vendors for my entire consumables, we have these vendors who have been approved and selected by the parent company. And my entire supply chain from my equipments to consumables that will come from the 5SEC centralized team. Right. So even these machines would come with annual maintenance. I think that was your question. So there's a annual maintenance for these machines, which is given by the companies.
Ma'am, one more question is from Anand Sarogi, who is the competitor in B2B segment.
So Anandji, in the B2B segment, I would not say they're not competition. All the names which you have put in, and I see some of you have put some companies, they only do at the local level, right? So they won these companies and these businesses don't have the capacity to service a high load, right? So they take smaller units and smaller batches. On the contrary, the strength of 5SEC is very strong, both B2B and a B2C segment. And this is the only reason why we require a hub to be set up, because a lot of services, it might be acquired at the unit level, but sometimes unit cannot service all these things, right? So you need to send some of your stuff to the hub for the services. So it is a very strong blend and a very strong revenue mix of both B2B and B2C. And unlike a lot of other businesses, a laundry business, dry cleaning business, this is a very repeat business where you have the same audience which gives you business every single week, every single month, right? So if you have a brand, if you have these processes that we used, our partners are trained on them. We also work with our partners to get these tie-ups done with the local B2B companies, because that is where a larger chunk of your revenue would come, especially for our hub. Right. Great. Wonderful. So we look forward to speaking to you, friends. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Right. If you all can also share your number in the chat box, Roof can get in touch with you right after this webinar, right? So that we can have a detailed discussion about the same.
Yeah.
But before we end this session, let me just play a video, right, which give you a little bit idea about how the opportunity is. That's it, everyone. Thank you so much for joining today. See you once again next week, Friday at 3 o'clock. That's it.